Oh, the dick stuff. Now the dick bit I've been doing for a long time. Yeah, it dawned on me one day, yeah, that everything you touch has a dick on it. Yeah. Because people, you know, they go to the bathroom at home, they don't wash their hands, they spank it before they go to the store. You know, they're like, I'm going to go to the store, let me rub one out real quick. And then they go touching everything in the store. Then you touch the stuff in the store, and you just basically touch their dick by proxy. It's proxy dick germs, and they're everywhere. I mean, there's nothing you can do. You know, you go to the store, you buy a box of cereal. Well, the guy who, and even if you do wash your hands, I mean, you go to the bathroom, you go back to work. I mean, you're literally, you know, people are in the bathroom at work. You know, maybe they're on their lunch break, spanking it. You know, they go back to work. Even if they wash their hands, they just spanked it. I don't know, did people learn how to wash their hands? 200,000 deaths later? I don't know, man. I think in the US we've done a pretty shabby job. But I've always worked in restaurants, so I've known how to wash my hands, but I mean that, you know, doesn't stop. You know, and like I said, even washing your hands, I mean, still dick stuff. And vajays, you know, probably less vajays though, because women, I mean, using the restroom probably aren't really like getting their hands down there, you know, too much. So, actually, the one I'd rather be all over the door handles is not, you know what I mean? If they said you want to touch a dick or a vajay every time you go into the grocery store, I'd say, well, I guess give me the vajay. But it seems like I don't really have that option. Controlling world population? You can't. Because people gonna fuck. I mean, I just think even if one country decided to take it into their own hands and control their population, it just wouldn't work on a global scale. And I think if they tried to implement something like that, it would backfire. People be having kids in their homes, and they wouldn't be reporting them, and then you'd have all these deaths from home childbirths. It's the force of nature. It's the force of life. It's beyond us. We don't understand it. It's a chemical thing. It's a chemical thing. We can't. I mean, yeah. I mean, you could say, yeah. I mean, I really don't know how you would control that. You'd have to start murdering people. It just wouldn't work. People just start having kids at home. That's all there is to it. They wouldn't report it. You know, they wouldn't go to the doctors. It's a drive that is beyond our control. Just like some people don't want to have kids, some people can't help but want to have kids. Like they don't have a choice. It's just in their DNA. They're gonna have some kids. You know, they're gonna do whatever it takes. It's like some people end up with 10, 20. I mean, there are guys who are the father of fucking hundreds of kids. You know, if not more than hundreds. You know, I mean, we've all seen those stories. Can't help it. Yeah, people would just find a way. There's no way to stop it. I mean, I guess you could force birth control. I mean, you know, I guess. Somebody refuses birth control, you kill them. But then how are you going to keep track of people? I swear people would just be starting their own civilizations. They'd live off the grid. I mean, what are you going to do about people living off the grid? You know, you're not putting anything in their water because they're not drinking your water. They're living off the grid. They're living off the land. You know, people are going to live in jungles. Fucking whatever they got to do to fuck, that's what they're going to do. You know way. It's the life force. And a worldwide government control? I mean, we're in bad shape if that's happening. But we got bigger problems, I'm guessing. If we're trying to all of a sudden control the world's population. Yeah, people would, though, because it's the life force. People would start doing... I mean, you would get a revolution. There would be a revolt. There's not much that you're going to get a revolt for, but telling people they can't fuck is definitely in that category. Yeah, be squashed. So you have to just start killing people. That's what I'm saying. You just have to start murdering everybody. I don't really see the point. What would be the point of murdering everybody? I mean, that's a more likely way of controlling the population, just killing large herds of people at one time, and then letting them do whatever they want. So I think that's more likely. Where you round them all up, you commit a big old genocide about once a year, kill 1 billion people, and then you let them do whatever they want again. I would go as far as to say it's a shocking amount. And this is just 1 year. There's so many guns out there. So you're going to have these people, you're going to have all this civil war, and so then the economy's gone. Government's gone. I just don't see how any of that would work. Yeah, if you murdered a bunch of people, then, yeah, their population would go down for sure. So, we now live in a world where we're murdering masses of people for no reason other than population control. I think we're probably in trouble if that's the case. I don't think we'll be living in another planet, no. How are we going to live without oxygen? Me thinking that people are going to live on another planet is one of the most ridiculous things. That's literally when TV has taken over your mind. So you're going to live without sunlight, without dirt, without food, without water, without oxygen. You're just going to live without all those things. Okay. Yeah. They live in a space station. They aren't inhabiting the space station. They're there temporarily. How are you going to build colonies and ecosystems on another planet? How are you going to do that? How are you going to get all the shit there? So now we're saying we're going to be teleporting there. Okay, so now we have teleportation. Cool. Well, I guess if we have teleportation and we can teleport ourselves and other things to other planets, then we're going to be fine. Yeah, you ship it in a spaceship. Yeah. I don't see it. Because all the shit that spaceship is made of came from shit that's on the planet Earth. So unless you have all that shit on another planet, you're not going to be able to build another spaceship. So then what are you going to do? And what are you going to do when you can't rebuild any of the resources that you need to keep your, what is it, convoys and ecosystems going? When your planet has none of that shit. Because your planet is uninhabitable. It doesn't make any sense. And we don't even know what living in space would do to a person psychologically. Because you need vitamins that come from the earth and from sunlight to survive. Yeah, so we would need all those things. And how long does it take to get to Mars? Oh wait, we haven't been there. But it's right around the corner, I'm sure. Ain't happening. And if it does, congratulations, but it just wouldn't work. It would be like... It's, okay, like, humans are like plants, right? You're not gonna grow a plant on another planet for multiple reasons. Like, so many reasons why that wouldn't work. Like, you could talk about that for the rest of your life, why you could not grow a plant on fucking Mars. You know, you're not gonna grow a goddamn apple tree on Mars for so many reasons. Like, and some of them are really obvious. And some of them are less obvious. And you could go on about the less obvious ones for a long, long time. I'm not fired up. I'm having fun. Yes, there's sun in space, but as other planets show, if you move a certain distance to or from the sun, you fucking die. That's what's so magical about our little shithole, is we're a perfect distance from the sun. That's something that most people can't understand. That if there can be life, there is. Because, I mean, we are that shit. We're made of water. We came out of the fucking ocean. To me, that's clear and obvious. That life formed in some fucking hot, crazy vents in the bottom of the ocean and eventually crawled its fucking way out of there. Probably because it was hungry or being enslaved or something like that. It was population was in trouble, and out of desperation and evolutionary needs, it came upon the land and it fucking died. But before it died, it had a kid. And that kid lived for 2 seconds longer than that. And it had a kid. And it lived for 2 seconds longer. And so on and so forth. And millions of years later, here we are. Though we can't survive without water. And we breathe in and out. And we're breathing in oxygen the same way a fish breathes in and out. It breathes water for oxygen. We're the same thing. We're fish. We're plants. We require sunlight. We require dirt. We require the earth. As much as our egos would like to think that we're not the earth and we don't need the fucking earth. You're it, buddy. You are the earth. You gotta have it. Sorry.